All right, so real quick, I wanted to tell this story in alignment with a comment that was left about this girl that was using mousse, for the first time, and she was like, "Oh, how great it is for her hair." And I remember I commented that I've been using mousse since the '80s. It's wonderful, and I'm going to tell some stories about that. And with that, being biracial growing up at that time, I remember how, my mom and my dad warned me about how American people felt about black people and all this and the other. So I made it a point that I didn't use products that were specifically only made for black people because I felt if people know that supposedly everybody in America hates black people so much, then I wouldn't trust using things just for black people because people could F it up. Same thing when I was court ordered to homelessness. I didn't trust food stamps and stuff like that because I figured, only homeless people get it. Then if people have an aversion towards homelessness, they might do some effed up stuff. Now, going back to a time when I mentioned that I used mousse to someone that was non-Afrocentric, I worked at a bank. This was 2000. I don't remember what year, whatever year 9/11 hit. And there was a girl, I don't remember where her ethnicity was, but she was ethnic. She wasn't white. And when they advertised or broadcast how, the planes hit the building, she was like, "Oh, let's bomb those MFers." And I was thinking to myself, looking at her, people would think that she's considered a foreigner too. She was like, "Those foreign such and such," but she was trying to align with that. So in case people turned it around, it'd be that. But I remember her saying, "Oh, she used mousse on her hair that morning and it turned out so much better." And I was like, "Oh, I've been using mousse since I was a teenager." And she was like, "Well, mousse is made to thicken your hair." And I was just like, well, it makes my hair look beautiful. I didn't say that. That's what I was thinking. I just remained silent, of course. But it makes my hair look beautiful. And the reason why is it defines your curls. And so what she was insinuating was that me being of Afro descent, I was trying to use something that was not meant for Afro people to assimilate with others. But no, it's always been good. And like I said, since I was little, I always, because my mom and my dad said so much about how white people hated black people in America, and that says a lot that she moved us to America because the racism, she didn't want us to be second class citizens there. I guess we were treated real bad. And I'm so sorry. I apologize to my mom for not becoming the beautiful, wonderful person she wanted me to be. But, that's not what happens. And I'm going to get off that topic for a little bit. But yeah, so I never used stuff that was specifically only made for black people because of that reason. And then also growing in a household that's biracial, you have access to other types of things because that's what your non-black parents use. But yeah, hopefully y'all got the point because I was kind of a little rambling. But changing the subject real quick about parents and love. If you ever find yourself in a situation where there's legal, and again, you're a good person and you don't want to get your parents involved, but you let them know, still keep in contact because my mom disowned me. And I think what happens is you become a stranger. You're trying to get it all together and make it right, but you become a stranger after a while.